I came back from the funeral with my heart still pounding, black dress clinging to me like a second skin. I was about to tell my parents and my siblings the truth, that he had secretly left me 2 farms and a mansion in Los Angeles, when I reached the front door and stopped. Their voices leaked through the wood, low, urgent, rehearsed. "We stick to the story," my mother said. "Act surprised," my brother added. "And whatever she inherits," my father whispered, "we make sure it stays in the family." I didn't breathe. I didn't move. I listened. That was the moment everything snapped into place. Grief sharpened into clarity. Love curdled into arithmetic. I had just buried the only man who ever protected me, and the people behind that door were already dividing his bones. Years earlier, he'd come into my life quietly. No drama, no grand promises, just steady presence. He taught me how to read land like a language, soil, water lines, patience. When my family mocked my independence, he never raised his voice. He just stayed. When I doubted myself, he wrote things down, contracts, trusts, contingencies. He believed in preparation the way other people believed in prayer. They smiled at him. They called him generous. They never noticed he was watching. The betrayal didn't start loudly. It never does. It began with small things. Missed calls after I started spending weekends at the farms, sudden interest in my finances, my mother asking casual questions about wills over dinner. My siblings stopped asking how I was and started asking where I was. I ignored the itch. I wanted peace. Then came the message, a group chat I wasn't supposed to see, my name typed like a line item. "Once she knows, we push her to sell." Another line, "She won't fight, she never does." I closed the app calmly. I smiled through dessert. I learned. When he died, they played their parts beautifully. Tears on cue, hands on my shoulders. My mother whispered, "We'll handle everything for you." That's when I knew he had been right to keep secrets, even from me. The lawyer called the morning after the funeral. He asked where I was sitting. He told me to lock the door. He read the will slowly, like scripture. 2 farms, clean titles, operational trusts, and the mansion in Los Angeles, fully paid, unencumbered, placed in my name alone. There were clauses, restrictions, instructions, and one final letter. "They will try to take this from you," he wrote. "Let them show you who they are, then let them fail." Behind the door, my family practiced my grief like a costume. I stepped back into the hallway and felt something steady rise in me. Not rage, precision. I didn't confront them, not then. I played the part they expected. I cried, I leaned, I let them believe I was fragile. I told them nothing. Instead, I moved quietly. I followed instructions already set in motion. New counsel, asset protection, non-disclosure filings. I let my brother draft a fake proposal to help manage the farms. I let my parents suggest selling the mansion to simplify things. Every suggestion became evidence. When the time came, I invited them all to dinner. Neutral ground, glass table, soft lighting. I watched their reflections more than their faces. "I have news," I said. They leaned in. Hope is loud. I slid the folders across the table, deeds, trust summaries, emails printed in black and white. The room shifted. My mother's smile collapsed first. My father reached for a document like he could erase ink with touch. I spoke evenly. "You rehearsed a story without me. You planned a future where I was a mistake to be corrected." Silence. Then my brother laughed sharp and wrong. "You're overreacting." I pressed play on my phone. My mother's voice filled the room. "Act surprised." My father's whisper followed. "Make sure it stays in the family." They went pale together, a synchronized failure. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't insult them. I told them what would happen next. The cease and desist orders, the revocation of access, the filings that would make any challenge public, expensive, embarrassing, futile. "You taught me loyalty," I said softly. "He taught me defense. My father tried to bargain. My mother cried for real this time. My brother stood up, knocking his chair back like noise could change math. I stayed seated. In the end, they left with nothing but their own words echoing behind them. Now I walk the farms at dawn. I wake in a house that faces the ocean. I make decisions without asking permission. The silence around me isn't lonely, it's earned. They lost more than property that night. They lost access to me, and I learned something important standing outside that door with my hand on the handle. Some funerals are for the dead, some are for the illusions we finally bury.